I want this chance to show you that your God in karate is so much nonsense. And that's quite easy to do. I know Kung Fu.
Show me. I'm just saying, man, when I was doing volunteer service at the old folks home, them old ladies were willing. Yep. And they were very generous, and you know they lived to just have somebody listen to them. And there were a few underlying requests that some of these old bras were trying to put out there. And I'll never forget, I was helping this lady out of her wheelchair. And she was like, "Oh, you're in pretty good shape because just holding on to my forearm on my bicep." And I was like, "Yeah, I will work out a little bit." She was like, "Yeah." And then she just popped her teeth out, and she was like, "This mouth has been used for more than just talking." And I was like, "Excuse me?" I was like, "Excuse me?" And she was like, "She's like, I'm just putting this out there." She's like, "What are your thoughts on a No Denture Adventure?" And I lost my shit because I had never heard that before.
Oh,
and dude, she literally takes this Coke bottle that I'm holding and does things to this Coke bottle that I had never seen before. And I was completely fucking traumatized. Like, she damn near swallowed this fucking Coke bottle.
Yeah.
And she started like just saying all this weird shit. And she was like, "Yeah, most people are impressed by, being able to take the stem of a cherry and tie it into a knot." And I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've seen that in, on videos and stuff." She was like, "Yeah, I'm able to basically de-seed a peach with no hands." And I was like, "Oh, wait. Oh, what?" and I didn't really understand. I didn't really understand it at first, and I had to go tell a buddy of mine what she said. My friend just kind of looked, because I remember because we were riding bikes, because we didn't have cars at the time. And this dude stops on his bike and he's like, "Wait, to be able to de-seed a peach with no hands, bro, this chick might be like a human vacuum cleaner, bro." Dude, honestly, I was still stuck on No Denture Adventure. Like, at that point, I was like, I've heard it all.
Yeah, Jesus, that's it's aggressive. It's aggressive.
That was past aggressive. That was full on verbal assault.
Yeah.
If you were to say that shit to somebody now, you would be fucking arrested.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another exciting edition of H8L Presents Fistfights and Fried Rice. I am your host, Taz, and brought with me this evening for another wonderful episode of just sitting around shooting the shit. I have an eclectic group of assholes joining us this evening to enlighten you and entertain you with our unique and vivid thoughts of how we view the world of combat-related sports. It's going to be an eclectic group of shit, and we're just going to talk random shit tonight. No real set topics. So just sit back, relax, and get ready to fucking laugh your ass off. Or be completely disgusted or amazed. I'm not quite sure. Fuck you. Joining us this evening, a man that truly needs no introduction. My spirit animal. My brother from another mother. I bring to you a one cool as the other side of the pillow. The yin to my yang. UTBABYA.
What it is.
Also joining us this evening, rolling 15 inches deep, knee-knocking, swinging from the hips, I bring to you the Bastatch of the H8L, a one Lobo.
I was born ready.
Also joining us this evening, we're truly honored to have him, because it's not every show we get to have him on. We have the high-kicking, sock-wearing, shit-talking when he fights, color coordinating, high kicking, surrounded cards, aka the RamRod.
Thanks, what's up?
Yep, definitely getting you a shirt that says "not a spitter." Also joining us this evening with his phone probably on fucking mute because he hasn't said shit in the last handful of minutes. a true connoisseur of combat sports. The not only self-appointed but newly recognized black man of Dagestan. The true Rain Man of martial arts. We bring to you a one, Justice Magnificent.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
The fuck you been so silent for, man?
I had to step away for a minute. I didn't know.
Justice, have you ever heard the term No Denture Adventure, sir?
I don't know what that is, but
Oh, allow me to enlighten you. A No Denture Adventure is when an old lady or old man, all depending on your preference. We don't discriminate here, isn't that right, RamRod? That is when an individual takes out their teeth.
no,
Decides
you
to,
ain't gotta finish.
you don't even got
No,
okay.
nope.
I was just curious. I didn't know. You have to pick your poison, I guess.
Not that poison. Literally any other poison. Rat poison.
You got a hatred for old people, man?
No, I just don't want to go on any denture adventures.
Of any kind?
No.
Just, what if she can't help it, though? What if she had an accident or an injury when she was young?
I'm
lost all of
leaving.
her teeth. Wow.
Okay, now here's the question. Here's the dilemma for you, Ramrod. Gorgeous girl, exactly your type. What is the oldest she can be and have dentures before you're willing to say yes? I pose this question to everyone and refuse to answer it myself.
I don't know. You know what makes that question even odder? Like, what if she's Asian? They all, like, stay really young until, like, they're 80. I don't...
That's...
This is a hard question.
Why are you being racist in this, man? This is not a racist question.
I don't want to be that guy, but sometimes that's not necessarily true. Like I said, I don't want to be that guy.
I was waiting for it.
I've seen some pictures of women when they're younger, and I'm like, damn. And then I put that picture down, and I look at them now, and I'm like, damn. Sometimes that shit just creeps the fuck up on you like a ninja in the night and just fucks your whole life away. It's just.
And then other times, there's the girl from Karate Kid 2.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Even hotter in her late 40s.
Oh, she's got to be older than that. She's got to be in her early 50s.
So I think the answer to this question is it depends on the gal.
I don't know how the rest of you feel, but I'm a little bummed. We lost a legend. Rest in peace, DMX. I can honestly say I have been a fan of DMX from when he first exploded onto the scene, and his music has gotten me pumped for a lot of shit, not just fighting, tearing ass at the gym, tearing ass at home. I should probably reword that. It's too late now.
Especially after the last.
It's too late now. It's already out there.
Which is ironic considering some of his lyrics.
Yeah. But hip hop definitely lost a fucking legend, and that fucking sucks. It really does. And it sucks that he was never able to kick his drug habit. Damn, that sucks. That's all I got on that one. That fucking sucks, man. So I'm just gonna pass this around the fucking table, man. Like, what DMX tracks or cuts that were you guys just fucking bumping to over the years? I'll start with you, Justice. I know you're a hip hop head.
Yep, you already know. But first, let me say this. Late 90s, we lost Tupac, we lost Biggie. Some other things happened. And again, being, I guess you can call me a hip-hop head, music was struggling for that voice. That emotion, that grit, that I'm not going to say realness, but that honesty. And he brought that back to music. For that time he came in and it was like no other artist that I've seen. And Slippin' is always that one song that just gets you motivated just by anything you're going through in life. The guy was just so honest, and he had the energy about him, and you can tell he was struggling with some things. He talked about even how he was tricked into smoking drugs when he was younger, and that's the energy that you're not going to see. You're not going to see again, at least not in my lifetime.
Yo, you're incorrect, sir. You're wrong. You're wrong because we still have Ja Rule. I'm sorry. Woo!
Yeah, I'm about to say that
Okay.
ain't even funny.
I couldn't keep a straight face on that one.
No, we only have his reality TV show that got canceled after like 2 seasons or whatever.
It lasted 2 seasons.
I don't know how long it was. I didn't watch it. Apparently, no one did. So
No one gave a shit. Everything this man did musically, I was a fucking fan of, man. Like his albums will always stand the test of time. Because I was revisiting some of the music that he had released over the years, and Justice hit the nail on the head, man. That hip hop was missing that voice. It was missing a sound, and It's Dark and Hell is Hot was one of the best fucking commercially released albums that I had heard. Again, this is after the death of Biggie and Pac or whatever, but that I had heard in the fucking late 90s that still resonates today. Lobo, how about yourself? So you a DMX fan?
The only album I really had of his was Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, and I found that in a yard sale.
that's
I mean,
a good
hey,
catch in the yard sale.
that's a good catch, and that was a fucking great album.
Didn't he
It
drop
was
that like a
some songs
year
I can't
after?
talk about.
No, that came out within 12 months of each other.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was super quick.
And also, what was that movie he did with Jet Li?
Cradle to the Grave.
Belly? No, Cradle to the Grave.
Yeah. That and that album are about all I know about him.
That's fair.
He was in Romeo Must Die too, but small role.
Right.
He was in Excellence with Steven Seagal too.
Oh, fuck, he was, yeah.
Oh, he gets,
And he wasn't bad as an actor, to be honest.
he really wasn't.
No, I'm not saying
No.
that at all.
I brought up the whole Ja Rule thing because, to me, again, not trying to be an asshole, but to me, Ja Rule was always the poor man's DMX.
Yeah.
Every time I would hear him rap or hear him speak, to me, it was always just you were trying your best to be DMX.
Yep. He was like if a bunch of executives got together and go, we need another DMX that we can make money off of.
Mm-hmm.
We need
And then held auditions.
Successful.
Like held auditions and fucking that's who you get. You get Ja Rule.
Yeah. You know, and it's funny, I think back to, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, Justice, because I'm sure you got the date probably in your head, but I remember when Ja Rule first appeared on the scene, along with DMX and Jay-Z, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that's when they were first putting together Murder, Inc. back in, was it 95-ish?
Yep. The original Murder, Inc. was supposed to be Jay-Z, Ja Rule, DMX, and another rapper, Mike Geronimo.
That was it. Yep. I think the song was like Time to Build or something like that.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs.
That song's a fucking banger even to this day.
Even Jay-Z was terrible on that song.
I mean, I don't think he was terrible. I think he got outclassed on that song.
Yeah, a lot.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's just competition again.
I mean, and this is my thing. Very few cats, in my opinion, can be on a track with DMX and not look and sound fucking stupid. Because he brought this raw energy,
Yeah,
this
the
passion.
energy. Yeah, you can't match the energy. And if you try to match the energy, it's usually like that's not your lane. Yeah, there's like maybe a handful of guys that can match that energy, like, and be on a DMX track and not look foolish.
Facts. And he signed every single one of them to Rough Rider.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I think back to that original Murder, Inc. lineup with Jay and DMX and Ja Rule, and I have to laugh now. I really do, because in theory, 2 out of those 3 are heralded as some of the greatest rappers alive, and then you have Ja Rule. And to be fair, and again, I'm gonna say something. I feel like Ja Rule could have done no wrong at the time until he got verbally assassinated by 50.
Yep.
And then it was just all downhill.
Yep.
But nobody even verbally tried DMX and got away with it. At least
That's not true.
Who tried DMX and got away with it and didn't get fucking roasted?
Okay, so I don't like to talk about, especially now since, DMX passing.
I'll wait.
But Corrupt from the Dog Pound. The Dog Pound was kryptonite to anybody on the East Coast. Corrupt made a song on his album calling out names. Yeah.
I'm familiar
Corrupt
with
was
it.
like Corrupt had some streaks of genius.
He was the one that
Highly
made New York, New
underappreciated.
York.
Highly
He said
underappreciated.
Yeah.
he
Yep.
said some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I could have sworn DMX
And
answered back to that though.
it wasn't that. It didn't matter.
I got that revisionist history. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it didn't matter. That song had been made. It was dropped on the album, and no matter what nobody said, he couldn't take it back. And DMX was not that type of rapper, I guess.
He was.
And so
I'll give you that. He was. He
I feel
was
like
not
it
a
didn't
battle
matter
rapper.
for DMX either. Like
at that time, it didn't matter.
Yeah,
I'll give
like
you that.
DMX was still gonna. He was just staying in his lane, doing his thing.
I'll give you that. Justice, I appreciate the correction, sir. Thank you for that.
Yeah, that diss track was mean. Yeah, real mean.
Yeah, that was. I did.
But
I did
other
like
than
his
that-
verse on 4321 by LL. I did like that.
Oh man.
Man.
What else? We could talk about DMX on. Okay, again, him and Jay-Z on Money Cash Hoes. Oh man,
Classic.
Man.
Off the Cradle to the Grave soundtrack, Go to Sleep.
man.
Man. I used to walk to the ring to that song and wanted to kill whatever stood in that fucking ring with me.
Go to Sleep is good. I love that song.
Damn, my bad. I forgot to ask. Ramrod, my bad, man. Your thoughts on DMX, sir?
I mean, whenever I'm like trying to lift some like heavy shit, I just like blast them for like probably like a minute. Like you can probably think of like most of his popular songs, and just like you said, they just pump you up, and they make you want to like kill something.
They do.
So
They fucking do.
yeah, dude, like you can just randomly just look them up on your phone and then just like spin the wheel and then just like tap something, and you usually get something good. But I don't know, I'd say like probably my favorite songs from him, Go to Sleep. I mean, obviously you're gonna have like X Gonna Give It To You, but everyone listens to that one. Where the Hood At. Rough Riders is like good for warm ups. Dang, I'm like having a hard time like thinking of the names, but I guess it's because I don't really look at my phone when he's playing. I just let him play.
All right, UTBABYA,
Please
yourself,
no.
bro.
Yeah, I don't know what else I can say to add. I feel like he might be, when it comes to like an artist, he might be the ultimate artist for hype music. If you're trying to get hype, cannot go wrong with almost any DMX track. Clearly a legend. Huge loss. But also my favorite song, by the way, of his is actually the Ghostbusters remix to X Gonna Give It To You.
That is fucking fantastic. Okay, I'm going to start with you, Justice. You're Mount Rushmore of hip-hop.
What? For me, it has to go in first and foremost. Nas is my favorite rapper.
Okay.
My opinion,
No one's gonna
lyrically,
hate you for that.
he is the GOAT. He's the best. Yeah, man, it can't be touched.
By anyone.
Production wise. But Nas, man, you put me on the spot.
I did.
Put me on the spot.
That's a hard ass question too.
Oh, it is.
It really is,
Oh, it
because
is.
I'm gonna be now. Here it is. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm a DMX fan, big DMX fan,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not in my top 5.
I was going to say, you'd be full of shit if he was on your Mount Rushmore. I would call you a fucking
I
poser.
mean, no. Now there are certain people that say that, but here's the thing about it. Going into the 2000s, 2003, 2004, between issues with personal issues, record label issues, things like that, there was not a big enough market for him. Like his fans, he still had his core fans, but he didn't draw any newer fans. If I say that right.
I'll give you that.
It was difficult, but yeah, I'm a different breed. So Nas, Jay-Z, I'm gonna go Andre 3000. I'm gonna go Rakim, probably Tupac.
Okay.
Probably Tupac. I had to pick 5. I can't do 4. It's gotta be 5. I can't do.
Well, oh, okay. I was like Rushmore is 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But
Yeah.
I can't do 4. For me, it's always
Yeah,
top
that's
5. Yeah, I can't.
That's fair.
Okay. I'm going to throw mine out there real quick. KRS-One. I'm going to go Africa Bambaataa. Rakim. Nas. That's my Mount Rushmore.
Not a question.
UTBABYA, how about yourself?
I feel like you guys covered him. Nas has to be up there. I have to put Tupac up there. This is This is too difficult. I can't do this one. Tell you what, I'll give you a different four. I'll give you my Mount Rushmore. Since we're talking about DMX, I'll give you my Mount Rushmore of just people who went all in with whatever they were doing.
That's fair. I'll take it.
So DMX, yeah, we'll go DMX, Too Short, Juvenile, and Scarface.
You know what? I fucks with that. I respect that.
They stayed in their lanes so hard.
Lobo, how about yourself?
I'm not really the person you should ask this question to.
Just because you're white, it doesn't matter, sir. You can appreciate hip hop.
Yeah, you can put Eminem in there.
Yeah, you can put Eminem, DMX. I don't give a shit. There's no judgment here.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Say Eminem, say Tupac, say Biggie, and say Nas.
He said that jungle music wasn't allowed in my house.
That's not even remotely.
Yeah, that's true for my house.
It's like fucking Spirit Truck music. We didn't listen to that shit.
Okay, I tell you what. If you're gonna pick up an album, who you gonna pick up? What artist you gonna pick up? Old, new, whatever.
That's
Who
fair.
you gonna pick up? Yeah.
Who
you
you
gonna
more
listen
likely
to?
to listen to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biggie,
Oh shit.
Tupac, Eminem, and Cypress Hill.
There it is.
Lobo brought it back home. I told you Lobo got black friends. I don't know why y'all not believing me. Good job.
Dang, I would have never known.
Good job, Lobo. You know what? That's what's up.
Most of my friends were listening to metal, so I didn't really grow up around hip hop.
No, I respect that, man. Especially the Cypress Hill shout out. I would definitely respect that. All right, there, RamRod. All eyes on you, sir.
I don't really know if I have like a four favorite. I don't have a favorite in in the genres I listen to a ton. The four I listen to pretty commonly right now. Murs, if you know who Murs is, but yeah, I listen to Murs. The Eminem, of course, I'm in the gym. DMX, I'm in the gym. I listen to a good bit of Jay-Z. That's probably the top four that I listen to.
I'm mad everybody was silent when he got done.
Oh, hey, well, I was just thinking about something. We were talking about it's okay to pick white rappers, which we whispered.
We did.
I gotta give Taz a lot of props for putting me on to R.A. the Rugged Man.
Highly fucking appreciated.
I had missed all these years. I didn't know about him for decades, and now I find myself bumping his shit constantly.
You wouldn't even think he was white listening to him rap.
Dude, he's so good.
It's fucking fantastic. Highly underappreciated. I can't recommend that enough. If you guys ever get a chance and you're bored, you want to listen to legit hip hop, because not all hip hop is created equal. R.A. the Rugged Man. You will not be disappointed. And if you are, fuck you. You're dead inside.
The track "Legendary Loser," where he basically is just like, "Yo, this is my story." That track is so fucking good. He's able to take all the shit that happened in his life and turn it positive. Even in his message, he's like, "Yo, if a scumbag like me can do it, then so can you."
I don't know if anybody got to see it or just read about the dismantling, or got to see the highlights of a certain guaranteed UFC Hall of Famer getting completely pummeled into the fucking ground. But Ryan Bader absolutely destroyed Lyoto Machida. Are we ready to accept Ryan Bader as a legit champion, or is the verdict still not out yet?
Well, he has been primarily beating up on old dudes recently. However,
Got a point, yeah.
However, I do think Ryan Bader holds his own, regardless of who he is fighting.
You're saying that he's gonna stand across the cage again from Rumble Johnson?
I actually think he might now.
Because last time he did not. Man.
No, I know. Uh-huh.
I mean, last time he also got KO'd by Machida, too.
Yeah, when was that?
Touche.
So I think Ryan Bader is, he's not really aging out or anything, but he's aging well. His career is properly simmering.
Is it safe to say it's time for Machida to go on ahead and sit next to Dominic Cruz on the retirement bus?
Oh, it was time 6 years ago.
Yeah.
It's past time.
It's almost not even funny anymore. It's just downright depressing.
He should have been driving that bus a long time ago.
Here's the thing about Machida. During that time, he was the enigma. Didn't be figured out. Shogun figured him out. A couple other people did. John Jones had left him hanging unconscious. He's small. He's a small, light heavyweight, really small.
Mm-hmm.
So over the years, he started to get outpowered. In the beginning, in his first run, guys weren't that big. They weren't that much bigger than him. He could sweep guys. He could take them off their feet. Again, the way he left Rashad Evans again is not a big light heavyweight. A couple of other people that he fought, they weren't big for light heavyweight.
I don't know what it is, but for me, the verdict's still not out for Bader on me. I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter that he was a champ over in Bellator. I don't know what it is. I just can't get on board the Bader train. I don't see it. I don't know. I'm not impressed that he knocked out an aging Fedor. I'm not impressed that, he destroyed the shell that was formerly known as Lyoto Machida. It's just something about him. I just don't give a shit. I don't know what it is. Again, I maybe it's because I'm dead inside. I just live to see this man get KO'd.
Well, with this tournament, he very well could be.
And I'm hoping so. RamRod, what are your thoughts on Bader and Machida? You happy to see hopefully Machida retire?
I mean, he's been around a while, so it's a yes to that. But I didn't get to see that last fight. How does it work?
You don't need to.
You don't want to.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I guess I'll leave it at that. Oh, dang.
Yeah, I saw that on my feed today. It's so fucking depressing.
It just makes you just want to hold your head down and just lose all hope in mankind. And maybe I should be mad at myself for thinking that it was going to be, a replay of what happened back in 2012. That was foolish on my part.
Yeah, that was 13 years ago.
Yeah.
That was closer to 9/11 than it was to today.
That's so fucking
well played, sir.
Is that going to be a unit of measurement from now on?
If you do stuff like that, it's insane. Like the one that's commonly used is like, okay, Cleopatra.
The iPhone thing. The one where it's like she's closer to the invention of the iPhone than she was the creation of the pyramids.
Yeah.
Wait a second. I've heard of none of these analogies.
By a lot.
I haven't heard any of these fucking analogies, but I'm the only one that's heard of No Denture Adventure. What the fuck?
Yeah, we're providing nerdy analogies.
I don't know where you're getting this information
I get it. You guys are providing nerdy analogies. I'm providing pervy analogies. I get it. I got you.
Exactly.
Well played.
Yep.
Hey, did anyone else know that Kat Zagano was over in Bellator? Because I didn't.
When did that happen?
What?
Yeah, when the fuck did Alpha Cat get over to Bellator?
Oh, that's right. I did see something like that a while ago. And then I completely I think my brain went, that's fake news. And then just kind of forgot about it.
I'm really confused. When did this happen and why? Wasn't she the last one to beat Amanda Nunes?
She might have been. God, when was that? A decade ago?
Damn, was it that long?
Yeah.
Rain Man, was it that long ago?
No.
2016, I think.
Okay, so
All right.
7 years ago.
All right.
Let me check. That is a minute ago. I was arguing with someone about this on YouTube about when she beat Nunes.
It was clearly before Nunes turned into Nunes.
Yeah.
2014.
Do we think that Nunes turned into Nunes when, I don't know, maybe she started taking some Mexican supplements, or we understand?
No. I think Nunes.
Did she just overnight learn how to throw like a dude? She punches I don't know how to explain it any better, but she punches like a man with the intent.
I mean, she did switch team when she went to American Top Team. That's when it changed. A lot changed.
Okay.
A lot changed once she hit American Top Team. She was somewhere else before that, and she was always pretty decent. She was decent all around. But
Kat Zingano is older than I am.
Yeah, she's up there. Yeah.
When did she get cut? Was that even news? Because I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, she got cut a year ago. 2020 before the pandemic.
Oh wow.
And that explains why nobody heard about it.
I mean, she signed with Bellator immediately.
She lost. It was a TKO eye injury for Megan Anderson. Lost her. Yeah, she won. She beat Amanda Nunes right before she lost her round.
Okay. You know what? Dare I say it? I think that she might, if she plays her cards right, she might get to look at that title belt around Cyborg's waist. She can get a real good glimpse of it.
I think she's in a different division. I think she's the division under.
She's 35.
Oh, is she? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cyborg doesn't have a division. They make a division for her, kind of, sort of. Meaning they bring the punching bag in. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, Cyborg can do whatever she wants to do. I mean, you pretty much have to put her in GOAT status.
In what status?
You got to put her in the GOAT status. I mean, she's what, a 4-organization champion?
Yeah.
Invicta, UFC, Bellator, Strikeforce. I mean...
Yeah, her back is also wider than her husband's, so that's a thing.
Ex-husband.
I mean...
Oh, sorry. Yeah, ex-husband.
I mean... I don't know. Maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but I mean, she gives me she gives me fear boners. I admit it.
Look,
she gives me a fear boner. I'll admit it.
Look, there's nothing wrong with that. No one's saying that. I'm just saying that maybe she should be in like a, I don't know, division with people who have the same kind of bone structure as her. You think I'm embarrassed to come home to Sheila every night?
Death by snoo. Yeah, her name is. It's funny to me that when you think about, like, you know, the GOAT status for women, oddly enough, Cyborg's name rarely ever comes up, and I don't know of anyone. I mean, obviously outside of fucking Nunes, who would be more deserving of that title.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's all going to be hype beast. That's marketing by the UFC. Of course, she lost to Nunes. Nunes is a double champion in the UFC, so there can only. In the end, there can only be one.
Wow. Okay.
Fucking Highlander. What happened to that guy?
His career was ruined because he looked like a younger Sean Connery.
Wait, how does that ruin?
He really does.
Because at the time, Sean Connery was still alive, and as Justice just said, there can only be one.
Oh, well, yeah. I guess the last thing Sean Connery really did was The Rock, right?
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
So, okay, sorry. What I meant is the last thing anyone gave a shit about that Sean Connery did was The Rock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought.
The best James Bond movie.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I guess Highlander would have been before that. So Sean Connery was still in the zeitgeist. Oh yeah, he had probably just given that interview where he was like, "Yeah, if it's okay to slap a woman if she's,
yeah, that didn't help either.
if you've exhausted all your other options,
you slap the shit out of her, make her shut the fuck up.
No, you just give her a little smack.
It's just a little smack.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's like, look, you've exhausted every option.
I think what did Adrian Paul dirty was the fact that, and again, Adrian Paul.
You know he wasn't Highlander, right? Sean Connery.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Well, he was in Highlander and he was in Highlander 2.
Okay, I just want to be sure.
Yeah, so Sean Connery.
Do we really count Highlander?
We do not. Let's go ahead and just erase that from the discussion. There was no Highlander.
Which
the
is
Quakening.
worse, that or number 3?
Highlander 2, The Quakening, is probably the worst science fiction movie ever made.
What was it called?
Highlander, The Quakening.
Highlander 2.
It's
Quakening.
Or The Quakening.
The Quickening, right?
Yeah, it was fucking horrible.
And then they turn out to be like space aliens or some bullshit.
We don't acknowledge that, sir, because it never happened. That's one of those goddamn internet rumors you kids, believe in. That movie never happened. Take it from me. I worked in a video store. That never happened.
That never was made, called Masters of the Universe. That never happened either.
It did not. And even that was still better than Highlander 2.
The first 3/4 of that movie were dope. And then, they just lost all their budget.
You know what the sequel of that movie turned into?
What?
Jean-Claude Van Damme's Cyborg.
Did it really?
Yep.
Wait, the sequel to what?
Masters of the Universe turned into Cyborg, starring Van Damme.
That does not make any sense at all. I need to explain this
but it does.
Extreme detail.
When you think about the scenes where he's in Eternia, and things look kind of war torn, and it looks like there's been fucking major battles and shit. All those set pieces were used for Van Damme's movie.
Well, that's probably just because
one of the main bad guys that Van Damme is fighting in that movie even has Dolph Lundgren's He-Man sword as a weapon.
I'm gonna that's just Cyborg now.
That's just lazy.
It's
Lazy,
beyond fucking
cheap
lazy.
cheap movie making.
That's fucking beyond lazy. And the script for Cyborg was the proposed script for Masters of the Universe 2. Yeah, it was supposed to be a war-torn and battle-weary He-Man fucking trying to, I don't know, get some girl who's like the cure for some fucking bullshit disease or some shit.
So it's
too.
Mad Max meets Masters of the Universe.
Basically.
So it was Old Man Logan.
Pretty much, yeah. Just less cool. Yeah, Adrian Paul kind of fucked himself in terms of his whole career. I mean, he was on the hit fucking TV show, and then he did 2 of the world's worst Highlander movies ever. Highlander Endgame, where he teamed up with Christopher Lambert, yep. Who was he was the original Highlander fucker from the movies, and it made sense. You got the guy from the movies and you got the guy from the TV show. They're supposedly from the same clan. This makes sense. Christopher Lambert, he sacrifices himself to Duncan MacLeod so he can become the strongest fucking immortal, yada yada yada. Okay, he beats the big bad guy. You think that's the end of it? Yay, you're the only one. But surprise, there was a direct-to-TV movie called Highlander the Source. Yep. Ooh, came on Sci-Fi. Oh, man. Hands down, one of the worst pieces of cinematic bullshit on the planet. I actually fought hard between that and Ring of Steel when we were, discussing sword fighting shit. And, went with Ring of Steel. At least there was a lustrous mullet in that movie.
And 5 entertaining minutes of something.
Exactly. There was a LARPer that was murdered, and that was better than the entire Highlander the Source movie. And then for whatever reason, Adrian Paul signed like some type of contract shit with Sci-Fi to do like a handful of direct-to-TV sci-fi movies. And now he teaches sword fighting.
He was in Arrow.
That's kind of cool, though.
He was in Arrow. That is true. Every now and then he pops up and has like cool moments, but he spends his quality time traveling the world teaching cinematic sword fighting.
Yeah, I guess because people still use swords.
Well, that and I mean, he's Duncan MacLeod, so this dude's going to spend the rest of his life saying there can be only one. That is his fucking curse.
I would sign up for his class based on that alone.
I would sign up for his class just to ask him one question. There's only one question that I really want to ask Adrian Paul. I would just like to walk up to him and say, "Hey, sir, it is a pleasure to meet you. I've seen every season and every episode of Highlander the series, and I just need to know, how happy were you when you got to kill that fucking kid Richie off the show? Were you as thrilled as I was, sir?"
Wow.
Because when his dead, lifeless, headless body hit the fucking ground, it was like Christmas morning.
Wow.
I hated that fucking kid. And then when they made him into a fucking immortal, that just... that burned me up inside. But not only did they make him a fucking immortal, but they give him the lamest fucking sword you could possibly have. And that was one of my issues with the Highlander series. How come you're the only one with a katana?
And how did you get a fucking katana?
He's supposed to be Egyptian.
Well,
Then it would be... Yeah, then it would be a Copus.
Yeah, well, there were never
a
any
lot of those
compasses.
movies, didn't. The plot was
It's mostly just what looks cool.
What plot?
there were a lot of plot holes. Yeah, there you go.
Many plot holes.
I mean, you could drive trucks through the plot holes in most movies.
It's like, oh, we immortals can't have kids. Here's my son, Taylor. What the fuck? Where'd you get him? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'm 300 years old, but in the next movie, I'm 400. I don't know how old I am. I've lost all track of time.
Hey, who made these rules?
Yeah, right?
They go against like all the other rules of any like immortals and deities. Like they're usually just like fucking all the humans.
Why are they
and
like trying
popping
to
out
roll the
kids
world?
everywhere?
But the other thing is, nobody ever cheats the system. They're like, we can't fight on holy ground. Well, funny story. I built my house on top of an Indian burial ground. What's up?
Right?
You have to leave sometime. Funny for you, I actually work from home.
I have all my stuff delivered to me.
Yeah, because the crazy part was, I think it was in one of the movies. I think it was the one with Mario Van Peebles, which he should never act in the movie again.
Part 3. I'm actually glad you brought up Mario Van Peebles, because I'm gonna get into that next. But go ahead.
Yeah, there was no consequence for fighting the holy ground. Like it was a bunch of lightning, but nothing happened. So I'm like, okay, just start killing people on holy ground. And okay.
Since you brought up Mario Van Peebles, this is going to be my segue. A number of episodes back, we talked about some, underappreciated martial artists on films, where we talked about Scott Adkins and, a few others. I stumbled across an old movie that I acquired by means of without asking when I used to work at the video store. It was a movie starring both not only Christopher Lambert from Highlander fame, but also Mario Van Peebles from Highlander 3 fame. And it was a movie called Gunmen. And I had to watch it today because I was bored and I just needed to know, why did I acquire this movie from the video store and never watch it? And I put this fucking movie in, and as soon as it started to play, I remembered watching this movie back in the 90s, and I only got about 10 minutes in. Well, today I got 10 minutes further for a total of 20 minutes before I wanted to gouge my fucking eyes out and kill myself. This motherfucker does the strangest martial arts move to disarm a man with a gun that I've ever seen. I can't even call it bullshit because it's an insult to bullshit. This dude stands there with his hands in the air. Guy pulls out his revolver. It's like an old school 6-shooter or some shit. Fires a shot, and I shit you not, Mario Van Peebles does an inside to outside crescent kick and deflects the bullet. And it kills the fucker standing off to the side behind him. And I realize I now have to cut this movie off, throw the VCR away along with this movie, and never watch this again. And then it brought up all of the hatred that I had for Mario Van Peebles over the years. I forgot how much I hated this man. In the 90s, he did a movie called Posse, which I thought was going to be the greatest movie ever because it was about black dudes who were cowboys. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And then I watched it, and I'm not even going to discuss it. Fuck that movie.
Yeah. What if it have Billy Zane in it?
Oh, dude. It had like one of the Baldwin brothers. I don't know which one. But
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but I will give that movie credit. At least they beat that motherfucker to death with axe handles, and I thought that was pretty clever. But I realized Mario Van Peebles represents everything that I fucking hate, and every time he does martial arts moves in the movies, it makes me want to kill myself. So, Justice, why do you hate Mario Van Peebles, sir?
Pretty much for the same reason.
He fucking sucks.
He sucks. His movies suck. Yeah,
fuck him. You ever see Solo?
Man, don't.
I shit you not. That was at one time going to be one of our craptacular karate flicks, and then I let it play for 10 minutes, and I was like, these guys will quit the fucking show. They'll quit. They'll fucking quit. Dude, it made me want to quit my own show.
Jesus Christ.
Man, I'll put it to you like this. The movie stars a young Adrian Brody before he became a fucking star.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Young Adrian Brody.
Yeah, before he became like an award-winning fucking actor. And I bet if he had known that this movie was going to be on his resume, he would have done everything he can to not have this movie released. I shit you not. This is the overall premise of Solo. America needs help. There are terrorists out there. So what do? They create a cyborg. All machine, all heart. Yeah, that's the tagline.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. The only thing that's alive on him apparently is his human fucking heart. Solo, I can't remember what the fuck it stands for, but it's so stupid. But he's a machine, but he has feelings. And
oh god, I remember this fucking movie.
And
did this come out right after Short Circuit?
Dude, this is an insult to Short Circuit. I shit you not. There's a line in this movie where Adrian Brody's like, "So Solo," this is before he gets his skin, and he's like, What do you want to look like? This machine points to a picture of Michael Jordan, and he goes, like Mike. I shit you not.
I remember this movie.
Christ.
And the next scene is Mario Van Peebles with his shirt off and a bald head just standing there. And they drop him off into some fucking jungle, and he karate kicks the fuck out of terrorists for whatever fucking reason. So the terrorists need to build a machine of their own who also knows karate.
That is just...
Yeah. Fuck you, Mario Van Peebles. Fuck you.
Problematic.
Yeah.
No, fuck whoever the screenwriters were for that. Fuck them.
Yeah. I shit you not. That was honestly going to be one of our craptacular karate flicks. But then, again, I literally got 10 minutes in and was like, holy fuck, I want to quit. I hate this. I hate this so much.
Barely get through some of the movies that we've watched.
I hate this so much, and I'm mad at myself. These guys will never forgive me. I quit. You know what? I quit. I quit my own show. I quit. So, Justice, can I ask you a question, sir?
Yep.
When are you going to tell Kevin Holland he needs to learn how to wrestle?
Yeah, he does.
DC kind of already told him that. He took that money. I mean, I think he took the fight more or less for the money, stay active, and they probably called in favor. He's good with the company, but bro, don't take another fight till you start wrestling, as someone would say. You need to wrestle. Not wrestling, wrestle. You need to learn how to wrestle, bro.
I was so high on Kevin Holland. I really was. And I still am to an extent, but I feel like his stock is slowly plummeting.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know. We talked about it before. I think we did.
I mean, for one, Brunson's like a really hard opponent, and so is Vittori, compared to his like previous ones. And then they can both wrestle, and he just can't wrestle, or he thinks he can like jujitsu his way out of it. He's just not going to. Just needs to work on it.
He just needs to work on it. Get up, bro. Like that's it. He just needs to work on it.
Get up, bro.
Just get up, bro.
Take a ton of time to learn how to wrestle, or at least some takedown defense.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line, man. He needs to learn takedown defense, and he needs to learn how to get off the cage, swim for under. He needs to start from scratch. Like, he should not take another fight
I agree.
until he's worked his wrestling extensively. Like, I understand he was making jokes, calling Khabib's name in the Bronson fight, but bro, you need to go to AKA and you need to stay there. You forget your current team to tell them you'll be back in 6 months, and you need to stay there.
I agree.
Period. Don't even go nowhere else. Don't strike. Don't just all wrestling. I'm gonna say something that's controversial. I mean, the same thing can be said for Adesanya, because count how many wrestlers are in the top 10 in the 185 division. I mean, Hermansson's he's a grappler on the ground, but he's not a wrestler. There are no wrestlers anywhere in the top 10 except for Bronson and Wyman. And then the next best guy is Vittori. Then if you go to the bottom of the list, there's a Russian guy. Yeah, that's it.
All right. So let me ask you guys this, since I have you guys on the line, because I know Justice gives a shit. With the return of TJ Dillishaw,
Yes.
How
How do you guys see that fight going against him and Sandhagen?
juiced is he? I mean, I'm just wondering, right? We're all thinking it. We're all thinking it.
We had this conversation before. It doesn't matter.
Okay, let's pretend that he has to pass a drug test and there's no EPO in his system, and he's going up against Sandhagen.
First of all, let's talk about this. He got popped for EPO, right?
Yes.
If you're under, okay, let's just review the facts for everyone. What weight class is TJ Dillashaw in?
135.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck do you need EPO? How the fuck does a 135er need EPO? Like, if you don't have the endurance for it and you're 135 pounds, quit and kill yourself.
Well, I mean, he got caught mainly because he was trying to cut down to that 125. I mean, he got his brain scrambled by Cejudo.
Right.
And, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, EPO is like the Porsche of anabolics. Like, you don't use that if you're not using if you're not very well versed in other shit as well, because it's like it's the most dangerous, arguably. Like, you have to stay on top of it, otherwise you'll just fucking have a heart attack because your blood will stop moving. It's astonishing to me that he got popped for that. When that came out, I could not believe it.
I think Sandhagen gives him the Frankie Edgar treatment and leaves him lifeless in the center of the fucking octagon.
Yeah. Nope. Not gonna happen.
Why?
Because it's a snake. It's Dillashaw.
And that's it. That's your closing statement. It's just he's the snake.
You got Dillashaw, third round TKO.
You're smoking dick. Yeah. Where what? Sandhagen's on a roll, bro. You saw what he did to Frankie, right?
Old man Frankie Edgar.
You mean living legend Frankie Edgar? Yeah.
Yeah, he's a legend, but he's old man Frankie Edgar now.
And
Thank you,
Dillishaw
Edgar.
is what?
He's been knocked out how many times?
I mean, Dillishaw got knocked out too.
Twice.
All on EPO.
Dillishaw got knocked out while on EPO by midgets.
He
Yeah,
did.
that's the problem. That's the problem.
Why you have to add the by midgets? You could just.
Because he had no. First of all, he had no business even trying to cut that much weight anyway.
Midgets.
Again, if I had being a
Midgets.
Dillishaw fan, that was my issue. Like, why?
He was KO'd
Why?
by little people. He was knocked out
Why?
by dwarfs.
You're the man. You've been the man. Make Sedudu move up.
He got KO'd by garden gnomes.
David the Gnome.
Yeah.
David the Gnome hopped off of his red fox in the middle of the forest, walked over to TJ Dillishaw's house, knocked on his doorbell, and when he answered the door, he jumped up on a stepladder and knocked him the fuck out.
He got KO'd by a good luck troll.
Okay, you trying to rub that in like Cruz and his biodegradable needs is he's still getting up from that.
Yeah, but Cruz won his last fight.
Ooh.
TJ ain't had to fight. He couldn't fight.
Of course he couldn't. He got knocked the fuck out.
He got suspended.
Well, he got knocked the fuck out, stripped of his title,
You know what?
and suspended in his last fight.
You know what? I'm going back to last week, guys. I don't care if guys juice to the gills.
I don't.
I just want to see violence.
I do.
Hey,
You're gonna see
again, no one's arguing that.
No one.
You're gonna see.
You
You're
know,
gonna see a TKO.
I hope
in a
Dillishaw
tested
juices up for this
promotion.
fight against Sandhagen because I think he's going to need all the help he can get.
I don't think so.
Really?
Sandhagen is he's lanky. He's
what?
got good angles.
Dillishaw is going to get the DJ treatment.
There are no knees on the ground, sir, in North America.
He'll be kneed on his way to the ground the way that he did Edgar. He'll jump in the air and dim those fucking lights. And there's no shame in it, sir.
I can almost guarantee that ain't happening.
This is how I envision this in my head, okay? All right, so they come out and Dillishaw does his, fancy feet footwork, doing his best Cruz imitation, and he tries to close distance like Edgar did. And you're going to see Sandhagen jump in the air, and the lights are going to go out in the arena, and that's what you're going to hear. And when the lights cut back on, there's Dillishaw just fucking laying there. And now we have a new number one contender.
Well, I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Fucking noise.
So perfect.
I'm maybe you're right, maybe I'm wrong. Again, could be revisionist history. I'm still traumatized because I had Edgar winning that fight, and then Sandhagen decided to ruin my evening, and I had to watch another legend die. Maybe I'm just bitter. Maybe I'm just hurt inside. I don't know. But lately things have been happening. Like, pound for pound, one of the greatest of all times in DJ, being kneed into wanting to be a kickboxer now.
Yeah, that was just kind of a weird timing for him to say that.
I mean, a knockout will make you question things.
Yeah.
And plus, has DJ ever been knocked out in his career?
I'm trying to remember. So I didn't get to see all of that. I only saw the highlights. How did that first round go?
DJ looked pretty good.
Okay.
I mean,
so it wasn't like the other. It wasn't like the other dude was just stuffing everything.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like a complete blowout, and the dude just fucking caught him with a lucky shot.
Yeah.
It was a nice little back and forth, in my opinion,
Okay.
anyway.
DJ was on it. He was on his back for the last 2.5 minutes of the round, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Okay. Well, that's a different spot for him to be in then.
yeah, but here's
It
the
was.
thing, and I'm still gonna. Regardless, rule set, it's there for a reason. I mean, he got caught by that, but
He got caught by what?
the rule set guy. I mean, just his whole skill set. His I know this is his fourth fight.
I can't help but notice you skipped over it. He got caught by what?
Knee, like Aljo.
That's gonna be.
But
I feel like that's
Yeah.
gonna be a recurring sound effect from now on.
man, Moraes is
A beast?
that dude. Yeah, that dude wasn't
Oh yeah.
he wasn't a flyweight.
No.
Oh God,
he
no.
looked-
No. No.
He wasn't a flyweight. I don't think he was a bantamweight either. He looked like it's like 145.
Oh shit! Hang on. Mustang, was there anything that you would like to add, sir? I couldn't help but notice your icon in the chat,
I missed you guys.
and we missed you, sir.
And I'm here because I couldn't sleep. I went to bed and then I woke up and I'm like, hell, why not see if they're still on? So, yeah, it was that. DJ's getting old. That's probably why he's like, hey, interested in trying the kickboxing thing.
Is that how you take that?
I think not old as in like old man, but as far as fighting is concerned, yeah, he's been doing this for a minute, right? And nobody stays on top for forever.
That's true.
That's true.
So there's that.
Well, that's okay, because you've been around the block a few times, right? You've seen you've been around the world. You've had conversations with people of all ages, races, and ethnic backgrounds, right?
Yeah, where's this going?
I'm just curious. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of a No Denture Adventure?
What is that? Something like head without teeth or something?
Exactly.
So I've never heard of it, but I guess I was able to guess. People over there getting head from old woman?
I mean, if the opportunity presented itself, I'm just merely asking, has anyone ever heard of this term before?
But I'm just an educated person that understands what words mean. So I was able to intuit the meaning, but no.
Not the concept, but the phrase itself.
Yes, the phrase itself.
Yeah, the phrase. I mean, like the like.
It was a new phrase for me too.
I'm gonna go and say I'm a couple decades too young to be like in that realm of thinking. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you may be young, but the old women are not.
Yeah. All right. So from your experiences, like where did this rank? Where did this rank? Like,
I mean, I didn't partake in the No Denture Adventure.
Allegedly.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I did not, because I was traumatized.
Dude, I'm traumatized now by just the thought of that.
It shaped him into the man he is today.
I'm not gonna lie, that is a very traumatizing thing to hear and have to deal with. But I do admit, as I've gotten older, I have been curious. How many old motherfuckers are just wheeling around the fucking old folks' home?
I think that statistically, like nursing homes, at least pre-COVID, like they were rampant, like STDs and that nature.
I'm sorry,
like
what?
People.
What? I don't think I heard that. What?
They are the highest concentration of STDs of any like demographic.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What?
Old people
That's
be
probably
fucking.
something you didn't
Old
partake.
people be.
Okay,
fucking.
so let's put it in perspective, right? You are in the twilight of your life, right? You were in a nursing, which means your
stuck.
family
You can't travel. You can't do nothing.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere. Your family has decided that instead of having you live with them and them taking care of you, then they're going to put you in this home. You are usually single because if you're still married, or your spouse is still alive, then you're probably going to live together, right? You'll take care of one another. So at this point, you have nobody, right? Or you might as well have nobody. And you get in this place where everybody else has nobody, and you ain't got nothing better to do but play ping pong, do water polo or water, whatever the hell they do, and
shuffleboard and fuck.
Basically,
I just died inside a little bit.
Except a lot less spry.
Pass.
Yeah.
You said pass. Pass.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh man.
Less supple.
But that's weird. That's
right.
I don't even know what to say to that. Yeah,
I'm genuinely lost on that one.
You talking about? I clicked out for a second. You talking about the STDs and the old folks' homes?
Yeah. Because when I was thinking about myself, because I'm pretty sure that once I become a complete invalid, the wife is totally going to drop me off on the doorstep of one of these old folks' home, and the only thought going through my mind is,
hey, where are the white women at?
That's the only thought that I can think of.
I knew it. I knew that clip was coming. Knew it.
Yeah, because at that point I feel like it's time for some reparations, and let me stop. Do you remember a system called Small Circle Jiu-Jitsu?
Fucking hell.
UTBABYA was so pissed.
I remember hearing about the term. I've never paid attention to it. Never.
Okay. So at least you've heard of it. Okay. That's all I'm going to do.
Damn it.
Now, with that being said, gentlemen, that was all I had for you guys for this episode of just sitting around shooting the shit. RamRod, it's always a blast when you fucking come out. Lobo, Justice, UTBABYA, I appreciate it. Once again, that was all I had until our next episode. Until then, let's get the fuck out of here. Be sure to listen, like, share, and subscribe for all the latest episodes, news, and updates. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at fistfights.friedricepodcast or at H8L.Muay Thai. On Twitter, follow us at H8L_Fight Talk.